Yo, so I've wanted to climb outside of Ireland for quite a while. I saw flights to Manchester were €15 each way, so I got my gear and I'm gonna go climb.
Alright, so I just woke up and I'm going out straight away. It is 8 o'clock right now. Sleep was okay. There was a guy who was snoring super loud and kept farting. I'll throw in a clip. Yeah. I am going to go find some breakfast now. Don't know where. And then I'm gonna go rock climbing.
So last night there was like loads of honking as well, like geese, and I was wondering what it was, and it must have been these guys. Like, it was so loud. I wonder if they'll attack me as I approach. Hello fellas, I know you can see me, I can see you too. How are we on? Pretty cool. Alright, see you guys. It is a very lively city. There's also a guy doing Tai Chi over here. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I have just made it to the depot. Man, you can't turn around iPhone videos. There we go. Alright, so for the warm-up, I started with some resistance band exercises, some shoulder pulls, face pulls, arm swings, did some bodyweight squats in the training room. I did not record that because there was quite a few people in there and I didn't want to, film someone if they didn't want to be on camera. So I did a little bit of that and then hopped into these easier climbs here, ones that kind of reflect the climbs I'm going to be going for later. This one here was quite tricky. I found the big hold in the middle was a lot harder to hold onto than I was expecting. Trying to shift my weight towards the right side of the wall so I could hold it better, but it was not very grippy. It was right around here I nearly fell, but I had to readjust the hand position, got a bit of a back flag, and then I was good to go. From here then I did a couple of other climbs. I didn't film them because I just wanted to get them done nice and quick, get warm, and yeah, I'm going to move on to some comp stuff now. So I have warmed up for a little bit. I had a bit of a rest and I'm over here at the easier comp wall. So I'm gonna try this black and this blue here because they seem to fit my style. Like this one here is like grab, big hold, swing, dyno, catch, small hold, so that seems nice. And then this one's like quite shouldery, so yeah, I'm gonna try those. That swing is a lot harder to actually land than I was expecting. The hold is really good, but the catch is like, it's like such a big distance here, so I'm gonna have to land my foot here and then catch this one and probably like back flag the other foot. And then the end hold, I'm not too excited for because it's literally just like a get your balance, get your foot up, and then get in and tiny crimp up there. So let's see. This climb is a little bit taxing on skin, so I'm going to give it one more try because I don't want to rip these up at the start of the session. I don't want to be climbing 40 minutes or so, you know. This hand's okay, but it's a little bit here, but it's mainly left because grabbing on and twisting with it, so yes. Unfortunately, I did not get that again, and I want to preserve that, so I'm gonna take a rest and I'm gonna move on to this blue one. So for this one, I gotta start with 2 hands here, 2 feet here. I've got this and this one, and these are like, I can probably grab that. There's another one up there, it's a bit shorter looking, this one, and then big hold at the end. So I'm thinking here, and then foot up, compress off that, and probably reach for that one. Transfer the weight and go. All right, so as I was saying, I'm going to be grabbing on, putting the foot up and then pushing through. This push through here, it wasn't too bad. It's kind of, I like these type of moves where they're shouldery and you're pushing through. That grab felt really good, and then allowing myself to cut loose here was really nice. The hand readjustion though on the start hold was quite tricky. I had to pinch it nearly. Foot up was pretty good, but I wanted it back on the lower hold so I could get closer to that hold on the top of the wall here. So reach over, it's like a little razor blade crimp, which wasn't great to be honest, because my hands are naturally kind of sweatier, so those small holds are always a bit trickier for me. I thought I could grab onto the bottom corner here and then use that to kind of transfer my right foot over to the hold that's on that blue volume, but it just was not possible. So I brought the hand back up to the top and I fell. So I actually managed to match the hand back up to the top, and from here was able to quite comfortably foot swap. I was actually quite surprised by that. I was trying to get my foot onto the hold at the bottom here, but it really just was not going nicely because of the way I had my body. So the plan was lock the foot on, kind of nearly toe hook the volume as well, and then pull through to grab that end hold, but unfortunately I fell. So attempt 3, same plan, but instead of heel hook this time, and I thought, you know, I could really leverage that and pull myself with it, but once again was going for the hold and unfortunately fell. I really thought I had it here. Unfortunately, I did not finish that blue one, but in the essence of saving myself for other times, I'm gonna leave it there, and know if I come back and it's still there, I could finish it, or I might try before the end of the session. Right now though, I've come over to the big comp area, and this yellow one is talking to me. So 2 hands, 2 feet, right? Nice big old dome, big sloper. And then there's this, but that's really good. That's really good as well. So I'm thinking 2 hands here, throw one back, foot up, rock up, get that. And then this is where it's going to be really hairy. I'll probably have to stand on that, throw a foot out, and then attempt to catch that absolute razor blade up there. So all right, so oh man, this climb kind of frustrated me because I knew it was going to be one of those that if I spent a lot of time at, I was going to get. But given, you know, the conditions of wanting to preserve my skin and only having a few hours left in the tank, you know, I said I'd give it a good few goes and then, you know, we'll see how it goes. So problem I had was this sloper here was super intense. Try to go for a toe hook there so I could kind of like at least get something on to move back for that handhold, but it just was not sticking. I'm sure if I stuck at it, probably could have made the toe hook stick, but I decided then a mantle was going to be the best, you know, best way of getting up it, I guess, but that took a lot of energy. While I did get up on top of it, I did struggle to get the feet up, and I ended up having to really flag out hard to the right here. That way I could transfer the weight over to the right side of the boulder. Put a knee on, because I've started doing this a lot recently, where just get a little cheeky knee on there, so that you can kind of set yourself up a little higher and swap it out with a foot. So I do definitely have a graze on my knee from that, but got the foot up anyway. And from there it was a little bit tricky doing kind of a one-legged pistol squat. Got the other foot in. There was loads of space then, so I decided, right, I'll turn around, give a little thumbs up. Nice. And plan here was to try and grab onto the side of the volume, hopefully getting the top hold with the left hand and then putting the left foot onto the bottom hold. But unfortunately I did not balance my weight correctly, and it just made me just pop straight off the boulder here, as you're going to see. There I go. So I'm going to leave that, because that mantle that I was doing, it might work, but it's very intense. And I'm going to get absolutely wrecked for now. Skin update. Looking a bit rough. So I'm going to try this black one here. So it's like coordination dyno, catch, power dyno, dup dup, and then again. It's graded a V6, V7, so should be within my range. I'll give that a go, and then after that I'm going to rest for a good bit, maybe get some food and get back on the wall after. I've gone twice on it now, 3 times, 2-3 times, I don't know. The hold is really good. This one is like, it's flat, but you can grip it, which is good. So it's got like a decent edge. Feet are alright, but it's the coordination. You have to get the feet right. And this hold here is actually, it's quite in cut. So it's, yeah, it's pretty good. I think I can get it maybe next go. So I just sent it. I'm delighted. The hold is so good, right? But it's the body position. Body position landed, and then from there I was actually kind of conscious that I might have fallen going for the first dome here, but it wasn't too bad, which is good. And then the other ones are okay. I found the end was actually quite difficult because... Hello, it is me from the future. I'm actually currently editing the video, and I realized that somewhere the end of that clip got cut off, and what I was saying was that the 3 holds in the middle were okay, but transferring from the very last hold and going from final hold was, looking back, not that difficult, but at the time was like, damn, am I really gonna fall right now after doing all of this route, you know? So I had the heel on the first hold, and was trying to use it to like rock into the final hold, but it did not stick, and thankfully I was able to get enough height to actually grab it, and then from there throw the foot on the wall and get the 2 hands up. So yeah, that's what I was saying in the mysterious lost footage. So back to the actual video. Plan of action is either food or this blue one here is kind of calling to me, so we'll see. I might give like 1 pull on it and decide if I need a rest. It's So a bit of a better start than I expected on this one. Right hand was great, left hand on that little dot was great, left foot wasn't so bad. Right foot getting it up and touching, that was a bit difficult, but this kind of like undercling compression felt okay when the body position was right, but it really wasn't this time. Felt pretty good, so I'm gonna go again and then after this get food, I promise. So I just checked the Kryptonite app, and it turns out that's a V9, and grading and bouldering is like per level, but I usually climb like max V7. I've done maybe half of a V8 before, so this is like 2 grades up from what I'm able to do normally, which makes me want to try it more, but food. So it's me again. I'm not very good at this videoing in advance kind of stuff. I was trying to get as much footage as possible, but wasn't entirely thinking about how it was going to go together in a video, which a huge sign of that is this is a vertical video, which really sucks because it should be horizontal. But anyway, so what happened here, there wasn't any context, was I did go get food. So there was a cafe inside the depot climbing center. I got a sandwich, show a picture on screen here. And I also got a cup of coffee and one of those little like millionaire sweet treats, and it fueled me for sure. So I think I rested for maybe about 4 to 5 minutes to an hour. Kind of stretched out my hands, forearms and wrists, all in that time because I was starting to get a bit of like tennis elbow or tendonitis. So after that, anyway, got straight back on the wall. I had the headphones on, I was listening to a bit of music, kind of cutting everything out, and gave some more attempts at the other climbs. Okay, so after resting for a bit, I felt a bit stronger, and knowing the grade, I wasn't super tied to actually finishing it, but really still wanted to give it as good a go as possible. So I opted for the knee again, to try and set myself up in a better position. And I was actually able to pinch this undercling, even though it had no text on the top side of it, where my fingers were, which I was quite surprised by, so it was quite positive. I got the foot up and I tried to get the other foot up as a drop knee, which worked. Position felt really bad and I was under a lot of strain here. I did cut out the audio, but you could hear me power screaming slightly. Managed to twist the foot, which felt really good because then I could actually use the undercling. But when I tried to move, I could not hold it, unfortunately. There was way too much pressure on the second undercling. Alright, so moving on to this V6 here. Bit of a tricky start for sure. The left hand was good, the right hand was just a full-on side pull, and getting the feet up again, very tricky position. I had to put a lot of weight onto the left hand and then flag out the left foot. Managed to grab the second hold, which was not fantastic, and when I tried to put my foot up, I slipped, unfortunately. So, noted for next time, and definitely needed to put the foot up a little bit higher so I could actually use my shoulder in the climb, more so than my elbow, which as you can see is kind of flaring up now from all the climbing. Alright, so moving on to the second attempt here now, I was a little more conscious of my elbow and I wanted to make sure I was kind of using my shoulder more on the second move in order to not fall and get my feet at a better position. I found the area of the wall that was painted blue was actually a little bit slippier than the bare white wall itself. So my plan was to just get my toe a little bit higher than that after making contact first, just like that, flagging out, and I was able to get both hands under and then secure the third hold from there, which didn't feel too bad. This move, quite shouldery. After a couple of attempts, I kind of got the hang of it, but first time on it, it was really hard because pulling in through that grip with the right hand and then further grabbing the hold right above my head here, which had very little texture on it, was super intense. Plan was to get the left foot onto that hold there, but as you can see, I'm just flailing around, not really sure what to do with myself because I'm trying so hard to stay on the wall. Managed to grip the hold above my head here, which got me stable on the wall, and I thought I could cheat the beta and just finish it there, but unfortunately I could not reach the final hold comfortably without falling. So again, needed to try to get the feet a bit higher, used my knee method, which is working absolute wonders, and unfortunately could not move from here and was quite stuck. So I really went for the final hold and just fell, and was fairly annoyed at myself doing that. Skin update, not bad, not great. I am getting a bit of like tennis elbow, which does suck. I'm a bit down just there where my finger is along here, but so be it. So like the other ones, I've just cut it down to kind of the main section of the climb for the follow-up attempts, just not to bore everyone. So I started getting the hang of this shoulder move. It was actually feeling pretty good there, and then grabbing onto that crimp felt quite strong as well. And from there, got a drop knee first, and my plan was I needed to get my foot up right beside where my right hand is so that I can get to the last hold with some sort of a drop knee, or just straight up just a foot so I can rock into it. So I was like, right, if I can match this hold here and bring my body weight back down, I'll be able to get my foot up higher. But again, struggling with the fact that there was so minimal texture, that I opted for trying to get my left foot up first, and then just settled for some sort of a drop knee against the hold that I was going for there on the right side of the wall. I could not get it up high enough, but I said that feels stable enough, but I fell, and man was I exhausted afterwards. For any non-climbers out there, what I'm doing here is brushing the holds. So after trying a few attempts on these kind of slopers, they get very sweaty and just slippy from sweat and chalk residue, so it's good to just brush them off so that the friction is there again. So you can just try to get a good attempt at it one more time. Attempt number 4 here, and the final attempt as well, because unfortunately I gassed myself out trying this, and you'll see that at the end. So again, trying for the exact same position as before, but instead I had my hand on the wall, and I was like, right, I can match the hold underneath the last hold and use that to get my feet higher, and I was going to use my feet being up higher to then rock into the final hold, going with the right hand. But unfortunately I completely gassed out and I just could not hold on, and I am absolutely crawling in desperation away from the climb. So you win some, you lose some. And last but not least, we have this V4 dyno. Perfectly fits my style. It was a nice way to end the session. I said I might as well try and leave with a win. So nice easy jump and catch, really big jog here. Swung around because I was so tired, but got the foot up, and then the drop knee, was able to catch onto the next hold really easy here, which just felt so good. And then 2 hands to finish it at the end. So that is the end of that climbing session. A Sab 93. Look at that! Savage. Yeah, so overall, fucking like 10 out of 10. There are zero complaints for that gym. Super sick. I will definitely be coming back. Day pass was cheap, it was like 14 quid. Food, coffee, all very good and cheap. So yeah, definitely going to be making a return. There's a couple of climbs that I didn't get to finish because I got fatigued. So I was here for like timer about 6 hours, which is like easily twice the amount of time that I'd normally be climbing for. But I did prepare for the whole week. I'm glad I did because I felt extremely strong today. Maybe one of my strongest climbing sessions. So yeah, delighted. I'm gonna go see if I can get some grub, and yeah, we'll see. An overall final skin update. Doesn't look too bad. It's just like there's a bit of pressure on the callus, but overall pretty good. No splits, nothing. Yeah, all is good. This one is a bit hurting now because I did crack a little bit, but other than that, we're all good. Alright, so that concludes my trip to Manchester. First time climbing outside of Ireland, and overall just a fantastic experience. I 100% will be going back to that gym. I had an absolute blast. That's all I've been talking about for the last few days. And yeah, just the exposure to different types of holds and climbs and routes was, I think, super beneficial for me. I learned a lot from it. And I also just had a great time. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching it. I probably will continue to put some stuff up here because I had quite a lot of fun filming it and editing it. So yeah, maybe some more videos in the future. Bye.